All right, so we've got Witch Queen officially announced. I mean, we already knew this, but I'm gonna re-say it because obviously she's coming out in I think about 2 days to Asia servers and a bit more than 2 days on other servers, depending on when this video. Less time, obviously, but 4 a.m. your server time on the 14th is when she's coming out. So basically the reset on that day, because pickups, how it works is that they come out on reset and then seasonals come out after maintenance, obviously, because seasonals start a new season, so it takes some maintenance. Where pickups, they're added at the beginning of a season, so no maintenance needed. They just add it in every different server's reset, which is different for pretty much all servers unless it's like Canada and US, obviously. Witch Queen is going to be a very, 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 very good unit for people to get if they have Black Asta. We're going to go more in depth in this video and talk about if you should be summoning for her and kind of look at your options, because I've talked about it before, but in a video like a month ago, right? So at this point, some stuff has been updated and there's actually perfect timing, which means I'm gonna have to showcase real before Noel, but let's talk about that. So we're gonna go in game to show off her kit, but just to show, right, mono red is pretty much like at this point now pretty much completely built up. You're gonna have all the red units in the game, I think, right? If I'm not mistaken, yeah, all the red units will be in the game. So it's really gonna be green and blue that are getting built up. And what's funny is that the blue units that are being added, Luck, William, and Zora, don't do what they need to do for mono blue itself. But like standalone, Zora's very good. William could definitely work. I've seen him work in the top leagues, but it doesn't mean he's like amazing, right? Because you could see someone have a unit in like the top 10, but it still won't mean it's something like extremely viable. It could just be something that they want to run to try and run it. It's still you're fighting bots most of the time. Green, the units that we're missing at this point is Fauna still, which we're getting the week after Witch Queen. Vanessa, Yami, and Mara Leona, and Mimosa. So a lot of green units are coming. Witch Queen is going to be very good for Black Asta. We've already talked about this, but let's go over her kit and talk about the main highlights. Well, we're just going to go over her whole kit, and then we're going to get into it later on about if you should summon or not, depending on your account and what you want to build. I cannot, at this point, you're going to have to branch off between either Mara Leona or Witch Queen or Black Asta's team, if we're being honest. We'll see how Spirit Dive works very soon in 2 weeks. But at that point, I mean, Witch Queen is going to be gone. Now, Witch Queen, if you don't have Black Asta, don't summon. Is my verdict right now, because Witch Queen is entirely based around supporting Black Asta. So what does she do? She's a healer, but she's a healer for defenders, and she's a healer for everyone else at 2 loops. Skill 1 heals defenders 15% of her max HP, so you do want to build her HP. She puts bleed, okay. Skill 2 has a 50% chance of inflicting poison, bleed, and burn. So basically, it's per person. So like Julius has a 50% chance, and like Asta has a separate 50% chance. It's not 50% everyone gets it or no one gets it. It's separate per person. And I mean, this is very good, and you'll see why after later on. Now, this is the main thing that makes Witch Queen usable with Black Asta, and the main reason why you want Witch Queen. AoE puts a 3-turn bleed, which is actually like quite good. 50% lifesteal for all allies, and then puts the person with the highest defense, cough cough Black Asta, right, to 30% of max HP. Now, what do we know about Black Asta? When he falls under 40%, he gets his anti-magic. And anti-magic gives him the big damage boost where he can get up to like, now I think I have like 1000% damage boost. So it's going to be very crazy, right? This is going to be good. Never use the combo because the heal could be sometimes good, but you want to use the ult at that point, like just wait for the 2 SP. So this is the main thing. Now, besides just that, her normal passive gives immortality to all defenders on the team if everyone's red. So any red defender is getting immortality. And what's very funny is, oh, I need to pull this up. I'm gonna like just talk about it a bit more while I pull this up, because it was insane that I saw this. But basically, there was a triple defender team with Witch Queen that someone used in a KR tournament. And I mean, like, hello, what even is that? Like, I was so confused by that. I think it was in the KR tournament. So it was triple mono red, and you got to consider like 3 tanky units that all have immortality is kind of screwed, right? Like it probably like didn't work out the best, but we could check it out. Let me just pull it up. Not gonna lie, can't find it. If someone knows the exact time, just put it down below. If you could link it, that would be great. But basically was Witch Queen with Asta obviously gets the immortality, Veto gets the immortality, and he's buffed on JP, which makes it a lot better. His damage is way higher on JP, like he has the highest damage percentage in the game. And then it was Borrow, I think. So triple defender with Witch Queen, they all get immortality. Pretty crazy, right? And then she obviously heals a lot, right? It's pretty good. It's pretty good. So Witch Queen giving immortality to Black Asta is very strong when you put it with this. Now, the main problem with Witch Queen off mono red is when she puts Asta to 30%. Why? Because you could just one tap Asta. Julius attacks Asta, 30%, he's dead off mono red. If I said mono green, I meant mono red. Now, on mono red, obviously, you get the Crimson Blood, which gives immortality, which means you're put at 30%, the immortality is procced, and then you just can't die until it's your turn. And why it's very strong is because he has 1 turn of stun block, so no matter what, he can't be stunned if Asta's at max dupe, which is why Witch Queen and Asta are an amazing pair. And even further than that, for mono red itself, not for Black Asta, but for the whole team, what's very good is when she's at 2 dupes, she gives 10% HP heal for every DLT on the enemy. And remember, she puts up to 3 DLTs on all enemies. And then if you put it with Charmy, right, if you use Charmy with her, which Charmy is very good. Charmy, if you use her with her, she puts burns, right, a bunch of burns on everyone. So you can get a huge heal if you have Charmy with Witch Queen. So she's going to be very good, especially when you're using red, you know. And I mean, if you want to run Black Asta and you want to run this team in the now and in the future, I do recommend getting Witch Queen. Amazing unit. 2 dupes is like, I would say it's recommended if you're really trying to compete in higher levels, but no dupes I've used and it worked out fine. Now, one thing I do want to mention is that if you're looking for how long in the future will this team be good, we will have to see how good Rill is. And Rill is coming out Wednesday night and Witch Queen Thursday morning. So I should have the showcase out like maybe an hour or two like after or before when Witch Queen comes out for Rill. I think I want to start with Rill. Rill is the unit that seems to have more of an impact on the meta at the moment, because if he's very good, mono red's going to stay in the meta for a while. But even without mono red, even without Rill in mono red, you still have a bunch of good units. Yuno becomes quickest unit in the game, okay? As long as you give him 4 speed, right? Amazing. Is able to silence someone, either put damage reduction down or silence the DPS, right? Very strong for that. And then you've got obviously Witch Queen and then Black Asta, right? Black Asta is able to become a DPS every time Witch Queen uses her ult consistently. And then when she uses her ult, what's very good, I personally find, is that it heals you back up. So Asta is gonna keep on going like boom, boom, boom. He gets anti-magic, heals back up because of lifesteal, and then they redo everything. Witch Queen keeps on healing. So there's that. If you're trying to run mono red, for sure get Witch Queen. Her skill page is pretty good, but I would say you really need, like, it would be better at like it's nice sometimes to get the increased defense, and this does stack. You could have this buff stack alongside Black Astas, okay? But you do not need it. If anything, sometimes for the heal, if you have Witch Queen or 2 dupes, running this is way better. Lets Witch Queen be a bit more tanky too. So keep that in mind. You do not need Witch Queen skill page. You could run anything defensive, and it's going to work out just fine. So there's that. So if you're trying to run mono red and you have Black Asta, honestly, like, for most people, I would say Witch Queen is an amazing pickup. Now, when I made my Leona video, I made that in mind that you were not really going to summon for Witch Queen. Like saying you got like 300, almost at this point, 400 pulls. So you at this point have to choose. Are you going to build up mono red, or are you going to wait for Leona and build up that mono green team? Now, the thing is with mono green, we just got our last buff being Vanessa. We know that now we're going to get... Well, obviously, we're going to get We're going to get Noelle and Rill. And then in 2 weeks, we're getting Spirit Dive, which should be blue, okay? Because of the fact that we need a good blue fest. And it went in rotation from blue fest Julius to red fest Asta to green Leona. So now we might restart back at a blue fest, right? That's my personal thoughts. And blue needs it the most, okay? So because of that, if Spirit Dive's also blue, there's not going to be a good, like, buffer for a good, like, green unit who's going to actually consistently do what, well, help green evolve even further. So Vanessa was the last buff, so we have a pretty good idea of how she's looking for, like, how mono green is looking for the next 2 to 3 months, and it is pretty good. But Mariel needs very high investment. You would need Vanessa, I would say, like 2 dupes for Vanessa makes her just so much stronger. So, like, there's a good amount of investment needed for this team. You would need Charlotte, like, with a good gear, like, for the most part. And then, I mean, the last slot, like, Rill is chill, right? I would put Rill personally. So it's really, what do you want? What do you have already on your account? And what do you want, okay? Witch Queen is going to be very good. But if you're trying to build... Mariel, what I would like to, like, inform you guys, Mariel doesn't need to be on mono green, okay? She works fine with Black Asta 2 off mono red. But Asta on mono red becomes a whole powerhouse that you could use as a DPS. And if you already have Asta and you invested into him and you have a defense set that's really built, okay, I would suggest going for Witch Queen. Okay, that's my personal opinion. You could get both, right? You could get both Witch Queen and then you could go work on Leona. But I mean, also, by the way, like, because of how I showed, like, maybe it influences you not to need Fauna if you're really trying to push for mono green and, like, top PvP. But Witch Queen for Asta is very good. I'm not even mentioning that. What's very scummy, I find, is that if we got Witch Queen before raid, it would have been perfect. because Witch Queen allows Asta to be a DPS when he wants, and it allows the team to be very much protected because Witch Queen's a very good healer. And I mean, it would have allowed Asta to just get anti-magic whenever, and it would have been much better for just raid content. So because of that, you could tell was kind of like planned, that they're like, okay, well, we can't let them do that now. And they wanted us to make us feel kind of horrible about ourselves because it's very hard to clear part 6 when the buffs are on part 2. When the buffs are on phase 1, it's much easier. But when the buffs are on phase 2, oh my god, that buff block is horrible. I cannot be asked, right? And the thing is, I'm not doing part 6. I think I'm doing part 4 on the phase 2 parts, but I still have 850 coins left over. Like, I'm chilling, right? I am chilling. So, yeah, no. Witch Queen, if you want to build mono red, would be great. And we'll see how mono red does evolve with Rill. Okay, Rill is a red supporter, so he could very well take Charmy or Spot. Okay, but if we're really looking at it, just imagine the excess slot is Witch Queen. We'll put Vanessa, because daughter, right? We'll put Vanessa. Okay, imagine this is Witch Queen. So obviously you're gonna have Black Asta. Okay, where's my Black Asta? Here. So you're gonna have Black Asta, and then usually the unit you would want to have is right? Is a very strong unit. He's gonna stay strong for a while, and he's gonna probably, unless they somehow do silence block, he's gonna come back every time mono red is in meta. And then this slot, usually you would see either Charmy, usually when Witch Queen is at 2 loops, because of the reason I mentioned, more DLTs equals more heals for Witch Queen. But Charmy also has the immortality, which is a very strong effect in this type of meta. Having immortality until, like, once we start getting into the counter immortality meta with Summer because Summer has AoE immortality removal, which is going to be very strong. We're still going to be using Charmy, but then you can also use Charlotte if you want. Charlotte is a decent one, but not an amazing option. Now, the reason for Charlotte is that obviously Asta, no matter what, is usually going to get 1 kill in anti-magic form with Witch Queen. But then you got to consider, after that, he's life-stealing back up to 100% HP. So you don't need those extra turns, right? So Finral is a much better option if you want to speed up and keep that mono red. So yeah, this is like usually how the teams would go. But I would say Charmy is going to be very good for the slot. Just having Charmy is very nice. But if you don't, not a problem, right? Not a problem at all. You can run Finral. But I mean, that's basically it, right? Witch Queen is going to be in this slot. And yeah, it's going to be a very mono red stays good. Okay, we know right now, like, we're still like, how many units do we still not have? We are missing 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I think 4, right? 5, 6, 7, unless I miscounted. Should be 7. So we're 7 units off from JP, now 9, and mono red's still going to be in meta and still usable. So keep that in mind, that mono red will stay in there for a while, but Witch Queen is going to be very good. Now, if you're trying to build mono green, well, I mean, pick and choose if you're free to play. And if you're not free to play, then why are you even listening to this? Summon on whatever you want, okay? Once you spend, you have so much more liberty. But when you're free to play, there is a bit of a constraint, but you're able to get the units you want for the teams you want. But if you're trying to build mono red and mono green, just pray a bit, get a bit of luck, and you're going to be just fine. So if you have any more questions that I did not answer, let me know down below. I will be making many videos on mono red because, I mean, I have to use this Black Asta. I mean, bro, I have to use this Black Asta. Oh, wait, he went up to 101.7? Okay, I don't remember him being that high. We really need to get an LR one with defense percent because, like, bro, it's a bit rough. But yeah, that's basically it. Witch Queen amazing for Black Asta. If you want Mario, go ahead. Like, the mono green team isn't going to get better than it is, but we might see with Rill. So my personal recommendation is to wait to see mono red with Rill on JP, and from that point, then you decide. Then you decide what you want to do. That makes sense? I mean, it should make sense, right? Rill is coming out a couple hours before. For me, on US, he's coming out 3 hours before Witch Queen. So, yeah. He's coming out at 1 a.m., dog, for me. It's insane. Anyway, just wanted to make this quick video, kind of give you guys a bit of insight, and I hope it was good insight. I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. I've been actually enjoying Global a lot. It's kind of insane. This event, to me, I don't know what it is. It's been very good, right? Being able to get this daily gear, just the amount of gear that we're able to get is very nice. The event itself is helping me get gold. Like, I'm keeping the gear in stock because I don't need anything right now. And I already have so much gear that I still need to get rid of. So I'm just going to slowly get rid of this, and then we'll go for the rest. But yeah, I'm almost at 1 pity for Witch Queen. I'm probably going to buy like a pack or 2, and then that's it. I mean, that Sraf is the one who is, taking care of this account very well. Obviously, it's his account mainly, but when he leaves, I'm taking over, right? So that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one, and peace.